fans, boxing fans, boxing fans, boxing fans. And remember, after the 10 count, you out. Suckers.
What's going on, boxing fans? Boxing fans, this is J-Dog Lloyd here with 10 Count Boxing News, coming at you with some great news. Alright, boxing fans, I don't actually know if this is great news or not, because last night I witnessed an incredible fight, which is great news. But the bad news is, as somebody got robbed, okay? And that was my boy Brian Castano. Now, I love Charlo. I love him as a fighter. I think he's an excellent fighter. He is definitely at the top of his game in the junior middleweight division, okay? And all credit to him for taking on the big fights and wanted to become the undisputed champion of the world. However, last night there was a robbery that took place, okay? Now, I scored the fight 7 rounds to 5, and I even probably leaned a little bit. I gave Jermell probably 2 rounds that he possibly could have lost, okay? With that said, it was such a great fight, you know. Jermell, he has a good jab, he has power, he didn't let the hands go quite enough. Castano mostly dominated going forward, and he would pin Charlo up against the ropes, and he would just let him have it all night long, and that was pretty much happening. Now, Charlo did buzz Castano in the second round, and he probably won. Definitely, I think it was the 10th and the 11th. I would give pretty much even round on the 12th round, but for most of the fight, Castano was pretty much walking all over Charlo, and he was definitely winning that fight. The scorecards, however, one of the judges had it even. The other judge had it 114-113, and we had a Ray Charles or somebody was watching the fight. He gave it a 117-111, and that judge's name, let's see, was Nilson Vasquez, I believe. Okay, so you know, he should have showed up with the ski mask on. Even Charlo said it was way closer than that. So it was just you know, I don't know if the guy was in Al Heyman's pocket or not. And like I say, I love Charlo, and I actually expected him to come in and get the W. However, Castano took it to the champ Charlo, and technically he should have walked out of that arena as the undisputed champion. A kid freshly got married. He's been fighting since he was 2 years old. That has nothing to do with boxing, but what does have to do with boxing is he's been fighting since he was 2 years old. Definitely. That played a major factor into this fight, and how he overcame Charlo and was just relentless. He was he nonstop throwing those hard punches. He didn't throw a lot of jabs, but he was definitely working on the power shots, and he definitely got that victory. I've seen many polls, and many people do agree with me. I know there's a lot of Charlo fanboys out there, and they're going to be hating on that. It is what it is, man. I try to call it just the way it is. I like to say, I love Charlo. He's one of my favorites in the junior middleweight, but he definitely lost that fight, and there was a bad judge in the arena last night. So with that said, there's going to be a rematch, okay? As far as we know, there's supposed to be a rematch, and I can't wait for that. And that one could go either way. I mean, Charlo definitely has to have a different game plan in that one, because the plan that he came in with didn't work out for him, and Castano's got to do a little bit more with the same plan, most likely, to overcome the second victory with that. So once there's an announcement on that rematch, we'll do a video. And if you ain't liked and subscribed to our channel, please do, guys. We just need a couple more 100 subscribers, and we're going to be doing some live videos covering that stuff live. We'll be able to do have a little more dialogue, where I'll be able to talk to the boxing fans, and we'll be able to comment and get some more dialogue going, so make it a little bit more interesting, okay? With that said, this is J-Dog Lawyer with 10 Count Boxing News. And remember, after the 10 count, you out, suckers! Peace.
Boxing fans, boxing